Guys, that was the craziest experience I've ever experienced in my whole 25 years of living. Oh my god, goodie bag. How cute is this? Lunchbox, VVIP, pause, heel photo card, socks, £40 in cash. Pop socket thing. Oh my god, I can have like my matcha lattes, eh? I look like Jevin when he's doing that TikTok and he's like, anyway, I don't have like a holder thing to hold my mic, so I'm just gonna use my face roller. But it's pink, so it matches the theme for today. So I'm gonna be talking about SMTOWN and my experience working. I've been an SMTOWN fan since 2011. Couldn't go to any of their concerts like growing up. Discovered SHINee. I kind of just like fell into like a rabbit hole. I was a massive EXO stan. Purchased bubble subscriptions, and one of them was Jisung, and he's gonna be really important later on. Okay, I have to get into this like theory. I could be twins with Mark Lee. Canada and Philippines, where I was born, have like a 12-hour difference. I was born 6 a.m. in the morning on the 3rd. So if he was born possibly 6 p.m. in the evening on the 2nd, we could have been born at the same time. I got into astrology 2018, 2019. I looked into Mark's chart, compared it to my chart, and they're basically identical. Our lives kind of like run parallelly, well, to our public knowledge. I actually wanted to be a K-pop idol. YG came to London to hold their auditions in 2012. I was gonna go audition, but because I thought to myself like, oh, maybe I'm just too young. I was 12 years old, and like the thought of like leaving my family and everything kind of scared me. So yeah, I didn't go to the audition. And then I found that he auditioned to go to SM around the same time. I really loved SHINee's Lucifer. Like that was the dance that got me into dancing. I still remember the tossing part till this day. When Mark said
뭐 불렀어요? 그 오디션 그 샤이니 루시퍼 춤 췄어요.
I was like, what the fuck? And then there's this whole thing where like
My school teacher told me that on my report card saying Mark is a gifted writer.
I was awarded like in primary school big writing day winner. Both our dads played guitars.
I actually learned to play the guitar from my brother. My brother learned from my dad. I just knew from the beginning of my album making process that I need an acoustic only song.
There's actually more parallels, but yeah, we're basically twins. So I get this opportunity from someone I knew working in like the K-pop space, like in London. I have been working as a K-pop concert photographer. Also, as my full-time job, I work as a content creator in a record label. I had to be there at like 9 a.m. to go to the magazine. It's like a building next to the O2 Arena. I saw the team I was working with. They hooked me up with my press pass and my t-shirt. We got to see the red carpet like area being made. They also like showed us around and where we'll be stationed at. I didn't really want to like get in the way of like the other medias, so I was basically just like crouching or just sitting on the floor, like trying not to like obstruct the views of the fans who obviously like paid a lot of money to be there. The order the acts were coming in was newest first. They had their interviews and everything on the red carpet, and then when they had to turn to my side to like take photos and stuff, as I said, I didn't want to obstruct anyone's views, so I was sitting down and taking like the photo from like basically under their noses. I thought I was doing well with like keeping like a low profile until the staff member like pointed to me for TVXQ to look at. But the way I got up, I couldn't even get up on my 2 feet. I just got up on my knees. So I just photographed them on my knees. But it is what it is. After the red carpet ended, I was basically hangry. I only had like 5 minutes to like take a breather after like each act. I didn't really have like a proper break until the end of it all. I received like a text message saying, oh, if you haven't eaten yet, like come to the catering room. When they said food was included, I thought it was just gonna be like some lunchbox, like a bento box. So I thought I would just have to get it at the catering room and like go about my day. We looked for the catering room. I walked past Mark, and at the time, I was just so hangry. I could not process that Mark and Sheldon just like went past me. And then like I saw into this like room that we were going into, and I was like, they look familiar. And I was like, that's Lishi Doyoung. That's Lishi Johnny. That's Lishi. So basically, the way to this catering room was to go through the dressing room of all these artists. Like the whole like corridor was just like rooms to each dressing room that they had. And I was like, okay, I guess I just have to go through this corridor to get through to this room and get my food. Jungwoo and Johnny were like just outside like talking to their stylist or whatever. I made eye contact with Johnny, but I didn't know if I should like smile, nod or anything. So I kind of just like gave him like a and just like looked down and just kept going. Got inside this catering room. It was not bento boxes. It was a buffet. Like there was 2 rows of tables and each row was basically like the same food. When I sat down, like with my food and everything, I saw our other staff member, who's also my friend. I was like, oh my god, I'm so glad like I've seen you here, blah blah. We like caught up on like what happened and stuff. And when I sat down, I look up to like actually take in my surroundings. And at first I was like, oh, that girl looks like Ning Ning. It was Ning Ning. And then I saw another girl who like had the same style of outfit. And I was like, oh, they look like an aespa member. It was Winter. Then that was when I realized that all the aespa members were like in the same dining hall as me. So I just kind of like started eating my food, like basically inhaling it. I was so hungry that I just couldn't think of anything. I didn't really want to talk to any of the artists either. It's kind of weird for me to be like, oh my god, I'm such a WayV. Then I was just eating my lunch peacefully. I look up, Jisung's there. Okay, let me calm down first. Because basically, the buffet area was like near the entrance. And there was like 2 to 3 tables in front of me, and I remember like sitting in front of like the food because you know your girl was still hungry. Yeah, I just saw Jisung just grabbing his food, and then I looked to my side. Chanla's calling him to do something, and I'm kind of just like looking at this interaction like, oh, okay, I see Chanji, but I just like, you know what, let them be. Let me eat my food. And then like just a whole bunch of other idols just came in. NCT Wish. It was Riku and Jaehee. They were sitting on a table diagonally in front of us. Jaehee sat across me and Riku was like next to him. And I just remember Jaehee looking at me. I think he was looking at me mainly because like I was kind of disassociating for a bit and I was looking at his way, like his direction. But I think it might have looked like I was staring at him, but like I was generally just like not there. Like my soul just wasn't there. Anyway, those 2 Wish members came. RIIZE, Anton, Sunchan, and Wonbin were there as well. And then the other 2 staff members in my team were like, oh, we need to do something. Can you take care of our bags? So I basically was just on bag duty for the next like few hours until the concert. So I was like, okay, you know what? If I'm gonna be bag duty, let me just chill here, I guess. We'll just basically sat in that dining room, just like eating / inhaling the food there was. There was a DearALICE member who came to us and was like, do you guys know what the toilets are? Someone from our team just like directed him to the toilets. I didn't actually know where the toilets were. This is important later on, by the way. I went for like 2 plates of food, right? And like the thing with me is that when food is in me, they kind of go out like straight away. The staff members like were starting to like clean up and stuff. So I was kind of like, you know what, if we are gonna be like finishing up soon here, that probably means that we're gonna go to the concert soon. So before that, let me just like prepare. And by that, I really needed the shit after all that food. So I was like to the other staff member, like who I was with, I was like, okay, do you mind taking care of all our stuff? Because I really need to go to the toilet. So I took all the stuff that like made me smell nice, because like just in case we also share toilets together, let me not ruin it for them and like help the toilets smell nice, you know, like after I've done my business. And then as soon as I grabbed my stuff and was ready to walk out, I look up. Mark Lee is right in front of me. And I swear to God, the 1 second we looked at each other felt like an eternity. I literally stopped. I literally like did the. I also remember like my eyes going. So I'm here with all like my hand creams and perfumes and whatever in my hand, and then there's just him like getting ready to eat. Anyway, I just like literally just walked past him like as if nothing happened here. I went back and he was eating like on the table on his own in front of me. That was when the concert started. So yeah, I think he might have timed it at a time where it was like quiet so he can be to himself, which is honestly very understandable. I did hear from someone that NCT Dream already had lunch or something, and him coming back for seconds honestly so me. So me. This is why we're just the same person. Then the staff members in there were like, okay, we're gonna pack away, like we need you guys to move. We took all the bags and everything that we had, and then the staff member I was with was like, I need to go to the toilet. I was like, okay, like I'll come with you and like wait with you. And then just when I thought we were having separate toilets, just when I thought I was in the clear, I was waiting outside the toilets, and then I looked to my left and Winter was coming in. She was coming in. She was coming in. She was on her way to the same toilets I shat in. And honestly, I was like, you know what? This is it. Like this is the life I chose. And like we just gotta accept it at this point. And when we went back in, Irene walked past us. And then after Irene, it was you know. He was so tall. He was so tall. I also remember having to walk past Doyoung and also the whole of RIIZE. Like I think they were getting ready to go on stage. So yeah, went to the concert. I missed the SM trainees performance of Lucifer, but it's fine. It's fine. I do remember seeing our seats and being like, oh my god, we have a suite. It was so fun. I was jumping around, screaming, crying, throwing up, maybe all three at the same time. I also did a cover to fact check. I didn't go to the toilet because I was like, okay, let me just not go into any toilets just in case like I make another mark. Yeah, we basically like ended the night and then we got a goodie bag. Obviously as well we were getting paid for this. Anyway, hopefully this gives some sort of insight for anyone who wants to maybe work at a SMTOWN concert one day or just any K-pop concert. I think the lesson of the day is to make sure to ask questions on where you're gonna get your lunch and where you're gonna be eating and shit. That was not it. I think the main takeaway is that these idols are actually just like normal people and like they do be just wanting seconds too, just like you. Even though in the back of my mind I was like, oh my god, that's someone who I've been texting like a boyfriend on Bubble. Especially Jisung. I had like an intense Jisung phase. Anyway, before I go even more insane, I should just end this video. If you have any questions, maybe I'll answer them, maybe I won't. I'll see. I hope you enjoyed this video, and before you show that you're gonna poop, make sure to check your surroundings because you'll never know if Mark Lee is right in front of you. Good night. When I see Mark, he kind of shows me how this is where I would have ended up
if I pursued like being an idol. I think this was like a big wake up call for me. Crazy experience. And I am gonna go to sleep